This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Mel and Vicki Olsen are pillars of the Moses Lake community. Vicki and her late husband Mel were involved in the community their whole lives.
It takes a strong constitution to get to Broadway, and Heidi Schreck has that in spades.
It felt like the entire town was present for the Ephrata High School graduation last Friday. For 5 years, Frontier Middle School in Moses Lake has implemented the Fuel Up NFL Play 60 program.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Mel and Vicki Olsen are pillars of the Moses Lake community. Vicki and her late husband Mel were involved in the community their whole lives, particularly in the sports community since both of them were athletes. Mel passed away last year and left behind hundreds and hundreds of trophies won by him, his wife, and his two daughters through the years. Lupe Hernandez is the community ambassador for the assembly at Moses Lake, and him and his cousin Mingo de Leon, who currently lives in Arizona, came up with an idea.
He knew what I was doing in the community, helping kids and stuff, and when he found out about the trophies, he asked me if I would be willing to take them and talk to some of the pastors there to see if they would want to pass these trophies to the kids that are on Royal Rangers, missionettes, and little activities that they have. And they said they would, so I told Mrs. Olsen that I would take them.
The trophies are won from a variety of sporting events. Dick Dean explained some of the sports they come from.
We have bowling trophies here. Now the bowling trophies are from Vicki. You also have trick water skiing. And the girls became very nationally known, competed in the national finals and in Arizona and Florida and New Hampshire. They covered everywhere. But then Mel got into sailing. The kids also got into snow skiing. Mel ended up being a skier.
Tim Harper from Trophies at Lake Bowl has volunteered to modify the trophies for the individual recipients. The Olsens' influence in the community continue to spread, even though Mel has moved on. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
It takes a strong constitution to get to Broadway, and Heidi Schreck has that in spades. But the Wenatchee natives' acclaimed play, What the Constitution Means to Me, did not win Broadway's ultimate honor Sunday night, bested in 2 categories of the Tony Awards in which it was nominated. The production lost Best Play to Jez Butterworth's The Ferryman, and Schreck herself was passed over as Best Actress in favor of Elaine May, a stage and screen giant who's been active since the 1950s. Set as a series of speech contests, What the Constitution Means to Me was also nominated for the prestigious Drama Desk Award. Schreck grew up performing in the Wenatchee Shakespeare program established by her mother, Sherry Chastain Schreck, and based her play on the speech competitions she entered as a teenager to win college tuition money. Since 2003, Heidi Schreck has been a New York-based writer and performer for stage and TV. Her mother was unable to accompany her to the Tony Awards on Sunday due to an emergency appendectomy. Jefferson Robbins, iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
It felt like the entire town was present for the Ephrata High School graduation last Friday. The graduating seniors were presented on the football field as they were addressed by speakers. The crowning moment for the graduates was when they had a chance to receive their cords and walk to receive their diploma. The crowd roared with each graduating senior as they officially finished their high school careers and entered their adult lives. Despite the end of high school, several graduates already have their plans set for the future, and there are plenty of paths the newly minted graduates are headed.
I'm taking senior year in Japan again. Yeah, half year, something. Yeah.
you going to do when you finish in Japan?
I'm going to college. Yeah. I hope I'm going to get a job using English. I'm planning to serve a 2-year mission for my church, and then I'm going off to college.
Well, after I graduate, I'm going to go to the United States Marine Corps, and on July 15th, and then after that, I'll become a cop, and just the rest of my life become a cop.
The future appears bright for the Ephrata High School graduates as they set out on the adventure of adulthood. I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 News. For 5 years, Frontier Middle School in Moses Lake has implemented the Fuel Up NFL Play 60 program, a combination of the NFL Play 60 program and the Washington Dairy Association. This year, they entered a contest where they had to make a video that showed NFL Play 60 how the school was using its gear. Frontier Middle School won, and the grand prize was a visit from the Seattle Seahawks as part of their 12 tour, and some students were even able to play football with the Seahawks. Moses Lake was the first stop on their tour on Friday, and a whole bunch of Seahawk representatives showed up, from Blitz to members of the dance team to members of Blue Thunder. The special guest speaker was retired Seahawks safety Jordan Babineau, affectionately known as Big Play Babs. Babineau was part of the team in 2005 that had a franchise best 13 wins. He spoke to the students about being a teammate.
When you step on the field or you step on the court, you guys have one common goal. No matter where you came from, what color your skin, what you believe in, you're wearing one uniform with one name to achieve one goal. And everyone has a part in achieving that goal.
The majority of the assembly was about eating right, staying healthy and active. Rita Gardner was the driving force behind the school's adoption of NFL Play 60. To her, the message of the assembly was an important one.
It's very important to me. I've taught physical education for 30 years, so I've always been really passionate about fitness and nutrition.
For the students who were involved in the contest and getting the Seahawks to come to their school, it was a dream come true.
It's very rewarding because we put in a lot of time and effort, and it's so much fun that we get to do this so much.
It was amazing, beyond anything I've ever done.
It was a fun experience, actually playing with an NFL player. It was pretty fun, especially catching from the balls that he threw. I just had a good time. I'm glad that we could do it.
I'm Adam Chikoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at ifiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.